Good morning, one and all, and welcome to Thursday, the 25th of June. Once again, Miss Telford is in school. Happy days. It is the 25th, isn't it? Oh, 25th of June, yes, Thursday. Now, we looked at increments of time this week, okay? So knowing how long a minute is, knowing how long an hour is, and so on and so forth. And we also looked at what o'clock looks like on a actual clock, okay, being able to tell the time when I ask you what o'clock is. Now, first of all, we need to go through our numbers again, and we're going to do some subitizing. We're sick of it now, but you should be able to get it straight away. We will quickly recap maybe some o'clocks, and then I'm going to show you half past, okay? Clues in the word halfway down the clock, okay? But first of all, numbers. I'm not going to go too quick, okay? Are we ready? Now, oh, I've mixed them all up again. Okay, I'm really rubbish at mixing these up. Okay, right, are we ready? 4, 9. Oops, unlucky. 13. Clues in the second number. 17. 8. 3. 7. 20. 12. Second number. 16. 15. Second number, have a look at it. 14. 10. Did we say 9 before? So this is probably 6. 18. 11. 5. 19. 1 and 2. Okay. Right, I'm only going to do 5 subitizing today. We'll do some simple ones. I'm going to do the doubly looking ones. Because they'll help you out a little bit. Okay, are you ready for some subitizing? Subitize. Subitize. Use your head. Use your eyes. Okay, if you don't want to see Miss Telford doing, you can always just look up the Jack Hartman videos, which are as well. Okay, this one. 3. 3. Let's see this on a dice. 5. Oh, this is a hard one. So you've just had, this is why I picked these particular ones. Just had this one for 5, and then you've got the same kind of top 5, and then a 4. So 5 and 4. 9. 4 and a 4. 8. 2, 2, 1. 5. Last one. 3 and 3. 6. Okie dokie. Right, now this week, as I say, we looked at increments of time. So who can tell me how many seconds are in 1 minute? There are 60. Who can tell me how many minutes are in an hour? There are 60. How many hours are in a whole day? 24. And how many days are in a week? There are 7. Okay, so on Tuesday we looked at telling the time as an o'clock, okay, just o'clock. So for those of you who are maybe just checking in now, o'clock is when you've got the minute hand, which is usually the longer one on a clock. The longest hand is right at the top, and the shorter one, the hour hand, is pointing at a number, and that number helps us tell the time, okay? So for example, this one, the hour hand is pointing at 10, So it is 10 o'clock because the minute hand's at the top. If I change this round to here, it is still o'clock, but it's pointing at a different number. It is now 1 o'clock. Two o'clock. 5 o'clock. Okay, so with o'clock, boys and girls, the big hand, the longest hand, is always at the top. It doesn't move. Well, it does move, but when we're telling the o'clock, it's always at the top. So 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Okay, but today we are going to do something called half past. Now, for those of you who have done any kind of fraction work is when you're splitting things up. We've done halves, actually. We've done halving. Halving is when you split something in two. Okay, so if we were going to half this clock, we would half it right down the middle. So it has two parts, okay, two halves. So when we're talking about half past, we are literally meaning halfway past. Okay, so it's o'clock. If you go halfway down, halfway past your clock, on its way around. Okay, so the minute hand goes all the way around. If it gets halfway, that is half past. Okay, so for example, I have 11 o'clock, and then I'm going to take my minute hand halfway down, and it is now half past 11. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock, then we go halfway past, and it is now halfway past 11. Okay, now on this clock it's very, very accurate because it does actually move the hour hand, but for the purpose of this, it might just be nice for some children just to have that hour hand still pointing at that number. Okay, so if I had 1 o'clock, we are now going to go halfway past 1. We're going to take our hour hand, half past. Now the hour hand goes halfway between two numbers, okay, but it is the number before. Okay, so it's gone halfway between 1 and 2, so it's half past, halfway between 1. Okay, half past 1, it's halfway between 1. If it was half past 2, my hand would be past the 2. So we've got 2 o'clock, half past 2. So it's now halfway past the 2. Okay, so if it was here, who can tell me what time it is? It's half past what number? Which one has it just gone halfway past? It's just gone past 3, so it's half past 3. Okay, it's always the number that comes before, so whichever one is in between, it's the smallest number. Okay, so for example, if I went down to here, actually I'll do it over here now. So here's 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and we're now going to go to half past 7. We'll go halfway down, and it's halfway between 7 and 8. 7 comes first, so it's half past 7. Okay, half past 7 because it's closer to 7. Okay, we went to 8 o'clock. If we go halfway down the clock, we are now half past 8. Okay, because we've gone halfway past 8. It's not quite 9 o'clock yet, because if we kept going up, it would move up to 9. Okay, but we're still at half past 8. We're halfway past the hour of 8. So okay, so we had 8 o'clock. We're at 8 o'clock here, and it's going to take a whole hour to get to 9. Okay, but when we get halfway down past that hour, halfway through its hour, half past 8, then it goes up to 9 o'clock, and then halfway past 9, half past 9. Okay, this one's quite a hard one, but purely because the hour hand isn't stuck on the hour itself. Okay, it's halfway in between. So I'm going to put a half past time on my clock and you are going to shout out what you think it is, okay? Remember, it's the number that comes first, okay? So if it was between 4 and 5, it would be 4. If it's between 7 and 8, it would be 7, okay? The number that comes before the 2, okay? So let's have a look. Okay. I have a time on my clock. The minute hand is at the bottom, so it's 1/2 But which number is it halfway past? 1/2 which number? Put it here so we don't have a big... there we go. Which number is it halfway past? Hopefully you're screaming 1/2 okay? Because it's between 1 and 2, but 1 is the number that comes first, so it's halfway past 1, okay? Half past again, but 1/2 which number? So have a look. It's between these two numbers. It always comes to the first number, so it's 3:30. Well done. Okay. This one looks quite hard. 1/2 again, but 1/2 which number? So it's between 5 and 6. Which number comes first? 5. So it's 5:30. Okay, one more. Pow. Okay, 1/2 again. We're still halfway past the clock. Which number is it 1/2 what? What time is it? 9. Okay, because it's halfway between 9 and 10. 9:30. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Tomorrow we will recap both o'clock and 1/2. Okay, so remember, o'clock is when the minute hand is at the top. 1/2 is when the minute hand has gone halfway down the clock and it's halfway down, it's at the bottom. Okay, o'clock at the top, oops, 1/2 down the bottom. Okay, right, tomorrow hopefully we will do some problems as well, some problem solving. So for example, what time will it be in 2 hours time? What time will it be in half an hour's time? Okay, and we'll work through like that. Well done guys for your total and utter focus in the past few weeks. You're doing so well. We are on week 3 now of our superhero week. Just to remind you guys that you are heroes. Okay, we've already had Captain America send us a message. And we've also got a message, we also had a message this week from Hawkeye. Oh my word, exciting times. Okay, so maybe if you keep working hard, we'll probably get some videos from other superheroes as well. Okay, so I'm hoping to see you guys soon and have a great rest of the day. Bye!